Hey everybody, this Paul Pelosi thing has gotten to be really crazy. I know you're going to see a previous video of what I posted, and that was late being posted. It was supposed to be posted yesterday, but I got busy with other things and totally forgot about it. So now here we are sitting here. It's been 24 hours. Another 24 hours. And I'm sitting up here and I'm going, Jesus Christ, how far did this rabbit hole go? I started looking up all sorts of things and found some things on 4chan about all this, but let me go ahead and recap what originally happened and what I posted in the previous video. At 2:30 a.m. on the 28th of October, a phone call was received at 911 saying that somebody had broken into Paul and Nancy Pelosi's house. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. And that the intruder was in the house and had a hammer. Police arrive, find a somewhat deranged man known as Daniel Pepe, wielding a hammer. And as the police closed in, he supposedly lunged at Paul Pelosi with the hammer and struck him several times before the police were able to stop him. The rumors around town is that the guy was some type of naturist and hemp enthusiast and a drug addict and all this other stuff. Now, the media immediately tried to turn this guy into a Trump supporter, which is what I mentioned in my last video was going to happen. Along with the joke that they might start raiding the naturist retreats around San Francisco, looking for evil Trump supporters there to take out and arrest. But the last 24 hours have been absolutely crazy. Apparently, the official narrative has changed 4 times. Now, yesterday in the morning, the police chief of San Francisco came out, black guy, looks honorable and respectful, and gives the entire spiel. He mentions that a third person opened the door and let the police in. Just about everything he has said has been recanted or changed 4 times over since that. Even them going so far as we didn't say anything about a third person opening the door. We just somehow the cops just magically walked in. So what has been found out in sum total? Or at least what has some people been saying? Because the media has not come out and said that these are facts. The mainstream media. And the San Francisco police have not come out and said that these are facts. First of all, the Pelosi home is surrounded by cameras. 2, it appears in pictures from a helicopter that flew over the house sometime later on that day that there is glass on the outside of the house. So if this guy used a hammer to break into the house, why is there glass outside of the house laying on the ground outside of the house? That means somebody broke the window from the inside, not the outside. The Pelosi's have a security system. How did this guy get past a security system that good without tripping the alarm and the police not being called immediately? Next, it appears that Paul Pelosi somehow went to the bathroom while this guy was breaking into the house, confronted the guy, and says, hey, let me go to the bathroom right quick. He makes the 911 phone call from in his bathroom, referring to the man, David DePepe, as his friend. Okay. When the police arrive, they find 2 men supposedly struggling over a hammer, both of them in their underwear. When the original story was Pepe was in his underwear. Okay. Supposedly, Paul has gone in for surgery. The last thing I remember reading was he had a skull fracture, multiple contusions and bruises, broken arm, fractured wrist, and they were going to have to go into surgery to repair that skull fracture. Now that sounds pretty true. But when did that happen? If he was in the bathroom making a phone call and he had a skull fracture and all of that, wouldn't he have mentioned that? So did the skull fracture and all that happen in between the phone call and the police arriving? Did he get off the phone with 911 operators, go out and confront the Pepe and get his head bashed in? Weird. Very, very weird. Now, more on Depeche himself. This guy was married, in quotes, had 3 kids, although the indications are the eldest child was not his. The other two boys, were his by this woman that he met when she was 19 and he was 20. And she already had 1 child, or was pregnant with the daughter. According to the daughter of the Pepe, he sexually abused and molested not only her, but both of her brothers, who we can all assume are directly his kids, for several years. And either the mother found out or his behavior became so weird and erratic over time that she decided to boot him out of the house. So he hadn't had any contact with his kids at least since the daughter was 10. And according to the daughter, he was always kind of strung out and kind of weird and had a lot of demons that he couldn't keep inside after a while. The last time she had spoken to him, he tried to get her to recant any accusations of sexual abuse that he committed upon her and her brothers, but she would not. So this guy is already looking like very crazy, effed up dude. So now what else is being said, both basically in rumor online, but I'm bisexual. I can, let's just put it this way. I've seen enough out there in the real world to know that there are a lot of married guys, older married white males that are on the down low with their bisexuality. So much of this story doesn't make sense in that some people are up front saying that what happened is that Paul Pelosi went out, tried to pick up a piece of ass, gay. Went to a gay bar someplace, and around 2 a.m. these gay bars closed. So what he did is he picked up some dude, he picked up the Pepe, who he may have known from a previous tryst or whatever, and went back to his place, and they had a falling out. Window gets smashed, hammers start getting picked up and thrown around. He runs into the bathroom and makes a phone call, because this doesn't make any sense. If this guy's breaking in your house looking to kill your wife, why is he going to allow you to go to the bathroom and make a phone call? Unless the guy's just absolutely crazy, or you such a smooth talker, just stand right there and let me go to the bathroom and then I'll be right out. Look, guy may be crazy, but he can't be damn stupid. That damn stupid, no damn way. Unless he was so strung out he wasn't thinking right, which is possible. That is possible. This man, the Pepe may have been so strung out and so screwed up in the head that he assaulted Paul Pelosi at first, or was starting to, and Paul was able to talk him down and get to the bathroom and make a phone call. Now, this still doesn't explain the third person in the house who opened the door for the cops. They just said third person. Who else would be in the damn house? If Paul is supposed to be there by himself because Nancy is out of town, there were 2 other people in the house? Depeche and this mysterious person who opened the door? Who was this mysterious person, this third person, who the media and the San Francisco police are now saying, oh no, there wasn't a third person. The cops just somehow walked in the door. None of this makes any sense. But the almost conspiracy theory, which people are calling it now, some people are calling it now, is that, yeah, Paul DePesce was trying to get himself a piece of ass, trying to get fucked in the ass, and Daniel Dave DePesce, whatever his name is, went ape shit and ended up nearly beating Paul's head in at some point. But Paul had managed to put in a phone call to the cops. Now, who was the third person? Could have been the maid, could have been another guy that he picked up. He could have been having a drug-fueled orgy back there with two weirdos, and then one of them went ape shit. We don't know. We just don't know. But Twitter is lit with this. The mainstream media, they can't stop trying to make it out to be as if, this is a right-wing assassination. They're trying to connect it to Trump. They're trying to connect it to Tucker Carlson, homophobia, all sorts of weird shit. They're just going crazy with it. And nobody's buying this bullshit. Even those on the far left are not buying this bullshit. That this guy in his underwear breaks into one of the most secure houses in San Francisco and is in his underwear, barefoot, and wielding a hammer. Yeah. I ain't buying that shit. Ain't nobody else buying that shit. Look, Mr. Pelosi, if you screwed up, you screwed up. I would like you to admit to it, but I'm one of these people like, keep your private business private. I understand that's Nancy Pelosi and everything. That's her house. That's her husband. Big political scandal, October surprise, what the fuck ever. But still, I can understand them trying to keep this quiet. But the truth's going to have to out because too many people is asking questions. And I don't blame them because this is looking weird and freaky. Very weird and very freaky. Alright, let me get on off of here and put this video on YouTube and on BitChute. Everybody take care and have a great night.